Hey everybody, Steve here from Press by One, doing a quick little craps review info on South Point. South Point Casino is I'm about to say it's the furthest south in the town, but it's not. It's the next furthest south, but it is the most visible. It's right off the highway as you're coming in from California, just off the highway as you go south from the airport. South Point is a nice little casino. It's got a country theme. They do a lot with horses at South Point. The rodeo, a lot of rodeo guys are there, which is interesting. Didn't know Las Vegas was a big rodeo place, but apparently it is. So let's take a look at South Point. So South Point, let me get this where it moves forward. There we go. There's where South Point's located. You can see that it is straight south of the Strip, straight south of the airport. It's really not a bad drive from either place. Just once you get on the highway, I-15, you go south, and it's just past Blue Diamond is the exit. You'll see it very clearly on the left-hand side or the east side of the highway. It is not part of any other major casino brand. Michael Goffin is the company who owns South Point. So the South Point membership card works at South Point, and that's it. The hours, of course, for the casino are 24/7, but the table hours are also 24/7, and so you can always get a game going if you want it. So let's talk about the casinos, the tables themselves. First off, they have some of the ugliest chips. That ugly brown chip for the dollar, it's my least favorite chip I've ever seen. It's so ugly. But anyway, they have 6 tables. The tables are 12 feet in length. I'd say they're more on the hard side. They do not have any plexiglass. That's awesome. So if you don't like the plexiglass, South Point may become one of your favorite casinos. They do allow 3 players per side. They do not have any bubble craps at all. And look at the odds. They say 2x odds, but this is what it is. You get 3x if you have the 6 and 8, 2.5 behind the line, 4 is 5 and 9, 3x on the 4 and 10. I'm sorry, 2x. How does I say 3x? 2x on the 4 and 10. It is $5 minimum almost all the time. Uh, there usually will be one table that'll be open up. That'll be $10 for the players who want to get in to get your spot. You don't mind paying $10. That's the one that's usually empty. The $5 table is usually full. They do on crowded weekends. I have seen some $15 minimum tables, and only one time I've seen a $25 table. And actually, that was just the other day. I saw a $25 table at South Point. Never ever would have expected that. As far as bonus bets, they don't have any bonus bets. Y'all, this is straight craps. There is no repeater. There is no all tall small. There is no fire bet. There is nothing. None ya. It is pure and simple craps. In fact, they don't even have hop bets on the felt. Now you can still place a hop bet, but they do it on their own, but it is not on the felt, which cracks me up. They are friendly to the field, 2x on the 2, 3x on the 12. So here is an overall picture of the craps area. You can see they've got the 3 tables on each side, 6 tables total, and you can tell in this picture that there's only one table open. That's the one's full on that right hand side. Here's another picture, same day. Actually, no, this looks like this is maybe not the same day because there's a second table open. You see a table behind. And then if you look down on the right-hand side, if you look straight down straight down the table, you can see there's no hot bets on that felt. And you can see that there's no fire bets or any other bonus bets. It is a nice felt though. It's relatively new. It looks very nice, but it is a hard table, so you got to be aware of that. And if you like hard tables, then you'll like this. Here's a close up of the felt. Enjoy it. All right, so let's talk about the crew. The stick guys and dealers, for the most part, they're very nice. They're very friendly. They've been there for a while. They're okay. I like them. They seem to know their business. They'll figure out what your betting style is, and then they will try to help you keep to your betting style. If you're one of those guys who's all over the map, of course, you're just gonna have to keep calling it out each time. But if you're consistent with what you do, then they'll help you, walk through it, and they'll just often put the bets down. Like, I often do my half press. And so once I start, then they'll just do the half press without me having to tell them what to do. Or if I'm doing a press by one, they'll just do it without me having to tell them what to do, which is kind of nice. It's one of the reasons why I like sticking to a consistent betting strategy. Now, the table of the pit bosses, this is a different story. These people don't like dice setters at all, at all. They make lots of snide little rude comments about us. They also will go through and they're the most anal people I've ever seen about hitting the back wall. You can roll 50, 60, 100 times and hit the back wall every time. You miss the back wall one time, they're going to jump all over you, which is just ridiculous. I have been removed. I've had my throwing privilege revoked because I did not hit the back wall twice in like a 3-hour session. One of my buddies, Kirby, missed the back wall one time and they pulled him. So these people, and here's what happens, and this happens over and over again. Somebody rolls and they miss the back wall. The pit boss, and they don't ask nicely. They're mean about it. They're rude about it. And so then they say to the shooter, hey, you got to hit the back wall. I know what you're trying to do. You got to hit the back wall. And then I would say 9 times out of 10, the next roll is going to be a 7 because the shooter is now kind of shaken up a little bit, and the shooter is thinking more about hitting the stupid back wall than making a good throw. And so they end up missing their target. They end up throwing deep. They end up throwing too hard, whatever it happens to be. So what I often will do if the pit boss is saying, hey, you got to hit the back wall, I'll pull my bets off on the next roll. So just be aware. The crew itself nice, but man, those pit bosses and that freaking back wall. Other players there have always been nice. I've never had any issues with any of the other players at South Point. You'll have some good, some bad, just like everywhere else. But they're very nice. The clientele overall at South Point, a little more interesting. It's a little bit more of an interesting crowd. Uh, Not said it's bad, just a little more interesting. And so be aware of that. Atmosphere reflects the same thing. This isn't, well, it's a nice looking casino. It's not considered one of the nicer casinos. And so, a lot of times people kind of look down on it. I don't mind South Point. I play there quite a bit. I like the $5 table. I like the fact that it's a harder table, and that's what I like to play with. So, yeah, I would recommend if you have a chance, go ahead and make a run down to South Point and try it out yourself. Tell them Steve said hi. They'll have no idea who I am, but still tell them that I said hi. And that's it. So that's what the quick little overview of South Point. If you like these videos, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. If you don't like these videos, you can still subscribe. Give you something to hate. That's good. Just gotta have a goal, man. Gotta have a target. But anyway, seriously, thanks for your time. Thanks for listening. And thanks for all your support. See ya. Bye.